Hello again, everybody. This is Mr. Everything, and I am coming at you with another channel update. This is December, so what we do is we show off the miniatures up here, what I had painted or what I have done in November, and that's why you see November over there, because it's the end of November. Okay, first of all, I've got an announcement. I'm playing Phoenix Point regularly, so I'm playing that every night at midnight. I upload a video. If you use Super Chat and chat at me using Super Chat on that video, I will compile those super chats into a table where I will roll and see who wins at the end of the month. So between now and the 31st, or the end of the year, midnight, I will give away a copy for you. It's a code that you can put into Steam where you'll have your own copy of Phoenix Point. Yeah, so that should be exciting. And if we don't get any super chats or whatever by the end of the month, then what I'll do is I'll just hold it for the next raffle. And that's kind of what this is. It's kind of a raffle. So all you got to do is post on one of my Phoenix Point videos using Super Chat, and in that chat tell me why you think you should be the winner or why you would want to win. If you Super Chat at me and don't mention that you're trying to get the contest or trying to win, I'm not going to enter your name. So basically I'm only adding the Super Chats that specifically ask to be put into the Phoenix Point raffle. And I'm only looking at the Phoenix Point videos for that. Okay, enough said. So now you know all that. Okay. Okay, so I've received a ton of flags over the last in November. I received 2 shipments from GMB and a shipment from Flags of War. For a total of frickin', I don't know. I don't even know how many flags. I'm going to say maybe 200 flags, possibly. I mean, almost. I'm only missing a handful of flags for all the battalions at Waterloo. Can you imagine? That is a lot of frickin' flags. I even got some cavalry flags, which I'm probably not going to use because most cavalry, I don't know. So I've already used the flag for the 5th Lancers. I've got that finished. I've got the 92nd Battalion, 1st Battalion of the 92nd Regiment done. I've got Brunswickers and Nassau and Dutch Belgians and French and British, of course, KGL. I have a ton of flags. Okay, so now I still have Warlord Games flags, and I still have the Victrix flags and the Perry flags, and any of those that I thought was appropriate that I could probably use for my own personal project. It basically had to pass a test. When I looked at the flag, if it was extremely good detail, clear, it looked like fabric, it was going to be in a good quality paper, then I didn't order one for GMB or Flags of War. But if it was too small or if the detail wasn't there, I went ahead and ordered a GMB, which I consider to be the best flags out there, the GMB flags. Okay, I'm itching my back. Okay, so I ordered a bunch of those, and I've got in one of those white drawers down there, the very bottom drawer down there is full of flags. Hundreds of them. Literally hundreds of flags. Okay. I also received a Perry order, Perry Miniatures, Warlord Games order, Victrix model order, and so I've got a ton of models that I'm still building for my Hail Caesar personal collection and for sale. And I've got some tanks that I'm going to build for sale. And the Perry miniatures, you might have seen me do some review on. I had gotten some Perry World War II models. I thought they were pretty good. They're not as good as their Napoleonic models, I'll have to admit, but they were still, I mean, they're World War II. So I did some Germans and some British and some Americans. I still have the 50 cal. I haven't done that one yet. But I uploaded the videos, and then because I had painted them within like a day or two of filming the video, I decided just to go ahead and edit it into the back of the video. So and that's why I've decided not to upload the 50 cal video, because I'm just going to wait to paint that model and then just edit it into the back of the video. So yeah, so you're going to see some grenadiers, some mortars, an anti-tank gun, some 8th Army guys, and yeah, so it's pretty awesome. I would check those videos out. I'm pretty impressed with the Perry models. Now I just ordered some new Perry models, which should be coming in any day now, which I've ordered a couple of Fallschirmjägers and a Zug, which I think is just machine guns, I think. I don't remember. But I'm going to review those as well and paint those up and post them on my eBay store. I strongly recommend checking out my eBay store because I've just upgraded from like a basic store to, or maybe from a starter store to a basic store. It's like an upgrade. And what that's doing for me is it's giving me bigger discounts on my postings. And so because of the bigger discounts, I can relay those discounts to you. So you might notice that a lot of my prices are lower than they had been in the past. And something really cool, I've started posting a number of fixed price miniatures. So when you jump on there and you see like one of my generals, like I painted a Victrix general, Imperial Roman general, and I posted it for something like $24 as an auction. And then once I upgraded my store, I'm now posting it, I think, $14. So I would take a look at, if you looked at it before, interested in some painted models, do it. Tomorrow, I've decided tomorrow I am going to, because like I said, I've got stacks of miniatures that, okay, so I've got stacks of miniatures. I say miniatures when really they're model kits. They're still shrink wrapped, still in the boxes. I have some bags from Victrix. I've got some boxes from Warlord. I've even got some more from over there. I've got so many that I'm not going to be able to paint as fast as I thought, right? I mean, I'm painting like a unit every other day and I'm posting it, but I have more models than I'll be able to paint in probably 1 month. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do is I'm just going to put it on my channel, put it on my store for sale as those boxes at a discount, of course. And if you order it, then I'll just ship it out to you, and then I'll just have to put it on my next order with that company to restock, just like any other business out there in the world. And then if it doesn't sell, like it sits on the shelf or whatever, and I get around to painting it, what I'll do is before I open up the box and tear it open and build the models and paint them, before I do that, I'll jump into the store and I will end the sale for that item. That way, I don't accidentally sell it and then paint it at the same time. So that'll be cool. And then once it's built and painted, then I'll just turn around and reattach it to the store. But this time at a higher rate because of my labor, because it's painted and all that good stuff. So if you're looking to pick up some inexpensive models, check out my eBay store. Okay, so I haven't played a lot of IL-2 in the month of November. I think at the beginning of November I did, but it kind of waned off. And one of the reasons why that is, not because I don't dig IL-2 or Rise of Flight, because those are like super cool games. One of the reasons why I haven't played any of those is there was a big event in Star Citizen. And so, as you might know, I'm a Star Citizen Evocati, which is a QA tester, a tester for the game, and because but that has nothing to do with it. When the event came out, I spent a lot of time playing that instead. And then, so I've been playing Phoenix Point and then Star Citizen with no IL-2 or Rise of Flight. I also discovered a brand new game that it's new for me. It's old. It's probably like 5 years old, but it's new for me, and it's called Scourge of War, Waterloo. And so I've been playing that off camera, but I think what I want to do is play that on camera. It's like what are those games called? Something War. Not Flames of War. What's the game called? Total War. So it's just like Total War, but without any of the without any of the economic. You don't have to build any cities or stuff. It's just the tactical part. So you maneuver your battalions around, and it's all Napoleonic, with all the uniforms and the flags and issuing commands and sending out your messengers and the cannons with their grape shot and all that stuff. It's like, and the cavalry, and every single man is almost modeled. I think they said it's like 30-1, so that's still quite a bit. And then yeah, and it runs super smooth because every man is not modeled three-dimensionally. They're sprites, which basically means they're two-dimensional images. But when you circle around them, you will see the back and the sides and the front. But that's because they take a picture of the front of a soldier, and then they replace it with the side of a soldier, and then when you get to behind them, it replaces it with the back of the soldier. So it's kind of cool. They're sprites, so it makes so you can have hundreds of thousands. You can do the entire Battle of Waterloo at a very effective FPS. I can't believe I missed that game. Okay, but I think I'll probably show that game off a few times. I don't know how I want to do that yet, because those games can, like, I just played a game where I was just playing one division, and the rest of it was all AI controlled, and I was playing in Quatre Bras, and my game took like 2 hours to play, and that's with some of it sped up. So I don't know if I want to. That might be something we do on a stream, or I think I'm going to stream that because, yeah, it would be less instead of me filming it and then editing it and uploading it. I think streaming it would be a lot faster. Okay, back to my Waterloo project. I should be doing another video on my Waterloo project that lets you know the progress that I've made, which is quite a bit actually. I have, just glancing over there, I've got like 5 French infantry battalions and 1 cavalry battalion, or squadron, or whatever you call it, regiment. And then the same with the Allied, except they're not all British. I've got like 1 Nassau, 1 Brunswick, 1 Hanover, 1 KGL, and then 1 British. So there's 1 of each, but there's 5 of them. Plus I did the Scots Greys, which there's a video about that up there. You should take a look and watch. I reviewed the models, and then I went ahead and painted them. And the Scots Greys, they look really good. I was excited. I've been waiting to do some Scots Greys for years. I still want to do like the lifeguards, the blues. I want to do the French Empress Dragoons. I want to do some guard lancers. I want to do all the fancy ones. So I'm gonna do a lot of that. I think I requested from Victrix a new retailer catalog. So that I can place an order for those guard lancers. And then I think I'm going to go through Warlord, or maybe Perry. I might go through Perry to get some Empress Dragoons. And then Warlord is really, I've just been doing random stuff through Warlord. Okay, now I mentioned that I have an order from Perry, but the Perry order is like mostly Napoleonics for my personal collection, but I did do some World War II stuff. Basically, I got some more Nassau guys, Brunswick, the Avant-Garde, I've ordered those, and the some artillery crew, because I have some French artillery, but I have no crew. So luckily Perry sells crew separately, so I ordered those. All right, now on my skirmishers, this will probably come out in my Napoleon project update. But my skirmishers, instead of doing them individually, right? Because I've been like my first couple of battalions. What I would do is I would take a magnetic base, and then I would take each model and glue them on their own 20 millimeter base, and that way I could put 4 on the standard base on a magnet, and then when they go to skirmish, I could just pop them off and put them in front of the unit. I've changed that, not much, but I did change it, where I'm putting 2 figures on a 20 by 40 strip. So there's going to be pairs of skirmishers, and instead of just 1 base of skirmishers for 4 little models, I'm doing 2 bases with pairs. So there's still 4 models out there, or 4 pairs of models, but they come off of the 2 bases, and I can still leave the magnet behind to kind of represent where the skirmishers came from or whatever, and then, or I could pull them off the table, however I want to do it, and then I can put the skirmishers. I think for one thing, it gives the skirmishers a little bit more stability and weight, and there's no real need to have them individually mounted unless you're going to play it like a skirmish game, like Chosen Men or something like that. Okay, so there's a lot of work. I'm doing a lot of work on my Napoleonics game. Now, I did come up with a battle that I'm working on. It's going to be Second Corps, which is great because Second Corps is actually the one that took part in Quatre Bras. And then I'm going to take a bunch of units across the battlefield from the Second Corps, which is like the Brunswickers, Hanover, Nassau, the British Guards. There's a bunch of unusual units and cavalry and artillery on the British side straight across the battlefield. Now, I'm splitting the battlefield with the Brussels road, right? The road that goes from from Brussels down to La Haye Saint and Belle Alliance. That road is going to split my battlefield into sectors, right? I'm from the French side, I'm going to use I call it the left battlefield, and then I'm going to do one called the right battlefield. So it's basic because that's basically the separation line from the Second Corps and the First Corps. So all I need to do is build up the First Corps, and then when I go to play the second battle, the one on the right, I can just pick up the First Corps and put them down and say that they're the First Corps, because I'm not going to play both of these battles at the same time. That would just be way too many figures on the table, right? And I would need a gymnasium. But because I split it, I can play it on one table, a large table, maybe a 6x12, something big, but and that I can accomplish at conventions, no problem. In the house, I've only got a 5x9, so we maybe trim a little bit off here and there. So what I'm going to do is, and what I thought I was going to do, and this is what I'm working towards, is instead of every battalion being represented, I'm going to represent brigades with those battalions. So hypothetically, let's say Foy's division, he's got Brigade 1 with the 92nd and the 93rd Regiment, and then he's got 2nd Brigade with the 100 and the, what is it, the 94th? I don't even know. But so he's got 4. Well, hold on. Back up. That 1st Brigade, and so Foy's got 1st Brigade and 2nd Brigade. 1st Brigade has like 5 battalions in it. But I'm only going to use 1 battalion, and it's going to represent 1st Brigade. And then same thing's going to happen with 2nd Brigade. He's got like 4 to 5, maybe even 6 battalions in 2nd Brigade, but I'm going to represent it with 1 battalion, and it will be called 2nd Brigade. And then the brigade commander will be Foy, right? Because Foy's actually a division commander. But so basically I'm scaling everything up 1 level. So instead of my battalions representing battalions, they're going to represent brigades. And then that means I'm going to be able to play that entire flank with like 10 battalions. Right? It's not going to be over encumbered. I'm going to have, what is that? 4 divisions with 2 brigades each. That's like 8. And then I'm going to have Pyre's division, the cavalry. That's like 2 brigades, the Lancers and the Chasseurs. And so, bam, I'm going to have all of Real, I think it's Real's corps is going to be represented by like 10 battalions. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So it could be played in an afternoon, and you're not going to have like 100 different battalions on the table. Now, once I get that done, I'm going to rehash this during my Napoleonic update, But once I get those minimum units done, I am going to continue to make more battalions and flesh out all those brigades in that corps. So I will have the entire Second Corps with every battalion for every division, just like I did a couple of years ago when we did Quatre Bras at NashCon. I had everything done. Unfortunately, I'd sold it all like an idiot. I should have held on to it. But basically, I'm just rebuilding it. I decided, okay, screw it. I'm just going to rebuild it. But this time I'm going to do it a lot better, because that time, when I did it last time, I only had 4 bases in every one of my battalions. This time I'm doing 6 bases in every battalion like you're supposed to do it. I was basically just cutting corners the last time we did a NashCon with the Napoleonics, because I wanted to be able to play Quatre Bras, so I was cutting corners. This time I'm not cutting corners. I'm doing 24 figure battalions, 6 bases of 4, and we're going to do it. Okay, unless they're small or large. If they're small or large, it might affect how many bases there are. Okay, so that's where I am with that. Okay, let's jump into chats, because I don't think I really have much more to talk about. So look at my store. You're going to see new unopened packages on there. You're going to see some opened packages, but complete. Like, one point. I've got some Prussian dragoons, uhlans, hussars, Landwehr cavalry. Those are all resin from Warlord Games. So I've already opened them. I've opened them because I'm going to do a video doing a review on those, just showing you what they look like and how soft they are and how easy they are to paint and stuff like that. But I'm not going to actually paint them or do anything with them until, I get around to it. And in the meantime, I'm going to have them posted on my eBay store. So they will be opened, but they will only have been looked at. They're not going to, and filmed, but they're not going to be, cut off the sprue or anything like that. Okay. All right, so let's get into the chats. Now, I'm going back a month, and we're going to start with this chat right here from Yomogami. Yomogami is a very I don't know how to say this. Very appreciated. This person, I don't know if it's a guy or girl, whoever it is, they love Phoenix Point, and they watch every one of my videos for Phoenix Point. And I think that's cool. I think I'm entertaining enough. He or she is probably watching to watch me get killed because, I suck at the game. But, yeah. And, okay. Antediluvians are mean business. Yes, that is the truth. Okay, and if you are Yogogami, thank you. All right, so here we go. We're going to go to Bien. And this is a comment I don't understand. It says, first of all, WTF, and I'm overwhelmed like WTF really. I was searching a solo DM-less campaign. Okay, so this guy's trying to look for a role-playing game that you don't have to have a dungeon master. And some Redditor post said that Traveler Solo Mongoose Edition is good, and I searched and downloaded the PDF. It says Star Trader, a solo trading game for travelers and damn. Okay, Star Trader. That's not really a solo game. If you're watching this, I'm going to reply to it. There is a fantasy solo game. I think it's called, I want to say, it's not Spyhander. It's something else. Something to do with a greatsword, I think. I don't know which one it is. Can't remember the name. Okay. Just put that on there. Okay, Yoga Gummy. Fun run. Good job. Appreciate it. And then this guy says, I wish my Bob, which is I want to say Battle of Britain, but it's Band of Brothers set, came with the hardback book. Right. When I got my Band of Brothers box, it came with a hardback edition of Bolt Action, which I didn't know it came with a hardback. I thought it came with like a little softback pamphlet, but mine came with a hardback, and I'm super excited about that. Okay, which actually, since I've already have a hardback version, I think I put it up for sale. Okay, the Romans look superb. Highlights in the metal are just amazing. I do like the Russians and Germans also. Okay, so Lucian is he's a Russian-German guy. Okay. Yeah, I don't really play the Eastern Front that much. I usually play Western Front games for some reason. And I don't like Marines and Japanese either. I just like the usually the airborne operations, or maybe the Italy, or maybe D-Day, or Market Garden, or just any American or British World War II West Front stuff. I don't know. I just like it like that. Okay, and then Francesco says, hi. A soldier cannot use a weapon if too many arms are damaged. Okay, so he's trying to tell me how to play Phoenix Point. Okay, Yogagami. Oh, just FYI, Francisco, if you're watching this, I appreciate I appreciate the fact that you're watching the videos and that you are excited enough to help out and type in what I might be doing right or wrong or can't figure out. Okay, so I appreciate the help. Now that I've said that, stop helping me. I do not want any help. I want you to enjoy it, watch it, get frustrated at me. That's fine. Sorry about that. And, say, damn, this guy doesn't know that arms are damaged. He can't use a weapon. Okay, that's fine. Just don't tell me. I want to find out on my own. And I already knew that. I don't know why you felt like you needed to say that. Something in this game must have prompted that, but I already knew that. Okay, Yogagami. Had an interesting thing happen in-game yesterday. So they're talking about themselves. In a Pandora nest, I got hit with a fireworm and all my ammo went up in smoke. Okay, that's cool. Has not happened to me. Okay, I'm wondering if you have to buy a second living quarters now to add extra troops to a base. There used to be a limit. Yes, you do. I think it's 12. You have to have, or maybe it's 8. I don't remember, but you have to have a second living quarters if you want to have more than 8 guys. Okay. And it could be on another base, though. It doesn't have to be on the base that you keep flying to. Okay, from the first video, what is this? Also Phoenix Point. Dave Ingram. From your first video, the 6-8 slots. Okay, so he's talking about aircraft and how many. It says 6 of 8. When my plane can only carry 6, I don't personally think it should say 6 of 8. I think it should say 6 of 6. And if I was to upgrade my ship to a ship that can carry 8, at that point I think it should say 6 of 8. Or if I get that one ship that can carry 7, I think it should say 6 of 7. But while I have a ship that only carries 6, it shouldn't say 8. Okay, Yogami says, once reason I like to watch playthroughs is to see different options and factions played out. Okay, so Yogami's coming in and watching and checking out how other people play. That's cool. Joshua says, this definitely is the first video I've ever seen where your team and what game? Okay, same game. Where your team and New Jericho in the same match on any YouTube video. Yeah, so in that video, if I remember right, I go into a mission and I'm fighting, I think, bandits, or maybe they're Pandoran virus infected. I'm not sure, but New Jericho shows up and they're not shooting me, they're shooting the aliens as well. So it was like a 3-sided match. I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Jamo says 8.1 equals 1.8. He's exactly right. He's exactly right. I realized that in this new campaign that I just started tonight, I was going to put down 9.1 when really it's just 1.9. Okay. Nice Army, talking about my Waterloo project. Lucian, I'm getting ready to post another video about my Waterloo project, and you'll get to see my 2 brigades that I've got finished. Okay. And then this one is number 1. It says, do you have any idea when this game is going to come out in console? I enjoy watching PC players and play it. Jonathan, no, but it just came out on Steam. So if you want a code for free, just do a super chat. I guess it's not free because super chats aren't free. And I think I'm going to set a rule where it's like $1 minimum, but I haven't done that yet. So jump in there now. But a super chat and get your name put into a drawing. Okay, now how do you remove the orange tip? Okay. Well, in the Isaac, you're not supposed to remove the orange tip. The orange tip lets law enforcement know it's not a real gun. So if you're playing in the street or something, because a lot of airsoft guns look very real, and if you're playing at home around the neighborhood and you don't have that orange tip, then there has been accidents in the past where police officers fired on kids when they pulled out an airsoft gun. So they want you to maintain or keep that orange tip. Now, having said that, there are some people that will take like black electrical tape and wrap it around it, or they'll just take the tip off illegally. And in a lot of fields, specifically like the tactical fields, will not will allow that. They don't care one way or another, but it just depends on where you're playing. If you're playing on a field and only on a field, then okay. But if you're going to be playing in your neighborhood, make sure you keep that orange tip on. Okay, Yogogami says, again, Phoenix Point, I like the gatehouse on the first map as well. Why don't you build training facilities? Okay, now I'm starting to get into talking about the game. Yogogami, again, don't give me advice. And I already know this. Moving on. Okay. If you send 2 or more ships to the same location, you can choose up to 8 crewman vehicles to participate in the combat. Okay. I hate the fact that he gave me this hint, but I love the fact that he gave me that hint. That is cool. That is something I did not know. Okay, so I guess if I sent, like, if I got 6 guys on one plane, send it over, and 6 guys on another plane, and send it over, and then when they both finally get there, because they never get there at the same time, but when they both get there, then I start the combat. Is it going to give me the option to pick which 6 or which 8? That's cool. I might have to try that. But don't give me any advice. I don't like advice. I don't like you telling me how the game works. I like trying to figure stuff out like that on my own. But that I never would have figured out. Okay. This is the Black Sea, not the Adriatic. Oh, right. You are absolutely right. Okay, I think I remember. In the battle where I was, yeah. Yeah, Adriatic is between, like, Yugoslavia and Italy. Yeah. Black Sea is like north of Turkey, right? Okay. Yeah. Okay, so what do we got here? Yogami. But also, now just in my defense on this, geography is not the same in Phoenix Point because the way the oceans have risen and land masses have moved or something, because it doesn't look exactly the way it's supposed to look, but you are absolutely correct. Okay, what does this say here? Yogami, I do wonder how many allied with Anu during their games. Okay, now that's a cool question. Like, how many people actually go the Anu route? You know, it's odd you haven't seen many Phoenix bases. Yeah, I know. In this Arkham, I didn't get really very many Phoenix bases, but we'll see that. I did towards the end, though. Exactly. That's exactly right, Dave. It says, not really odd. I haven't completed the Phoenix archives. That's exactly right. So once you complete the Phoenix archive, all the Phoenix bases appear on the map. And you're right. I didn't. I was prioritizing other research ahead of that because I didn't care about getting any other bases. Okay, Dave. But that's all over with now because now I've moved on to Polaris. So it's 1.9 Polaris, not Arkham. Okay, now this one is a Satyr Warband. Okay, yeah, so which I still have in the box, and I have not built or painted yet. I've had that for a long time. Okay, he packed extra sprues in the boxes. It sounds like you were actually shorted a fawn sprue. Centaur sprue was a teaser. Yeah, that's kind of what it sounds like. Harrier Carrier. This is 148 Tactic Boot Camp. Okay, great intro. I thought seen it played as to negate cover. It is only the first 2 inches. So, for example, a 3-inch square cover could never be negated. Okay, if I remember right, you negate the first 2 inches, and if there's anything after that, it still blocks. Yeah, but my understanding is you get like a -1 for every 2 inches. So hypothetically, let's say there was a 5-inch wall because you're shooting down the wall. You would be able to block the first 2 inches, but there would still be 3 inches left. So that means the target would get a +2. I'm going off memory, but I think that's correct. It's clearly laid out in the book. You should check it out. Sim 25. When comparing those miniatures with the Legionnaires, those generals' heads and bodies are bigger in size. Compare heads, arms, and bodies so you'll see what I mean. but I do like the Victrix range. They got very nice sculpted. Well, Sim 25, let me say, the Victrix models on the whole, I mean, all the Victrix models that I've got, Imperial Romans, the Napoleonics, the ancient Greeks, and my Greek cavalry, they are huge. The Victrix models are 30 millimeters. They are not 28s. When I look at my Perry and my old glory, old glories are 25s. But when I look at my Perrys and my warlords, they're 28 millimeter. And where do I measure 28 millimeters to? The brim of your hat. The brim of the hat to the bottom of your feet, 28 millimeter. But when you measure the Victrix guys, that's 30 millimeters. So yes, they are bigger. But you know what? People aren't all the same size. I know some people that are 5 feet tall. I know some people that are 6.5 feet tall. You know, I understand that in ancient times, they were probably all a little bit shorter. But there were probably some big guys out there too. You know, and nobody is exactly the same height. That's why I love mixing manufacturers, because it gives my guys varying head heights, and I think that's more realistic than everybody having the exact same head height. Okay, Lucian, really sweet review of beautiful miniatures. The generals, okay. I will get these. My Dacian project, first warband and archers, is ready to meet your Romans to the death. Well, hey, Lucian, like, where are you located? Let me know. I'm interested. If you're located anywhere, or maybe we can have a game. You know, maybe record it and put it up on YouTube. Okay, we got Harrier Carrier. Well, when everything settles down. I'm not inviting anybody over the house. Even my friends cannot come over to the house. I've got family. I don't want to get them sick. I don't know where they've been, what they've handled or touched. So, believe it or not, I'm not bringing anybody from outside the family into the house. But soon we'll be able to get out there and game again. Okay, Harrier Carrier. Some great clarifications beyond the quick start rules. Oh, yeah, 148 Tactic. Well, 148 Tactic, I actually have the rule book, and it brings everything down. Plus, I was part of the I'm part of the shoot, I don't even know what they call us anymore. Man, I'm losing my mind. I think they call us sergeants, where we're basically the militant arm of the company. We go out and like do demos and stuff. Yeah. Okay. So, bruh. Okay. I didn't even read the rest of it. I just saw bruh. Okay. When I go to the link, there's literally nothing there. SKS. Yeah. It's closed. I'm going to reply to that. It's an old link. Yeah, it's like 20 years old. Maybe not 20. 15 years? Yeah, okay. Okay, what do we got here? Let's talk Traveler. Yeah, Pirates of Drenax. That's actually a really good book, module, campaign, everything. Great video. Keep the Traveler videos coming. Are there more reviews coming, or maybe a timeline of Traveler Universe video series? Thanks again. Possibly. I'm just going to reply possibly, because Traveler is like one of my favorite games. I think my next campaign on Roll20 is going to be Traveler. I don't know. I might have to convert it to Roll20 or D20 system, or I mean, we can still roll 2d6 on Roll20. So I don't know. I don't know if Mongoose Traveler is really supported on Roll20 very well. I don't really worry about the modules and stuff because I can copy and paste my own modules into there and make maps and everything else. So I think my next game is going to be a Roll20 game. I think I pretty much, I'm playing a Roll20 game right now. Every Thursday night we play D&D on Roll20. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I love it more, and I hate to say this, but it's true. I love it more than my face-to-face games. Why? Well, I can put music. I have animated graphics. The maps. What I would normally do for my game would be to like print the map out or lay it out on a table, and the table might not be big enough. So I went digital with a digital table. I've got a TV that I use as a tabletop, and that's in Roll20. But now that I'm playing online, it just seems way better. I don't know why, but I think I'm going to need to maybe incorporate video, and then maybe ask these guys, or maybe not video, that's fine, we can just use their voice, but I think I'm going to ask my guys if they don't mind playing on stream, because if they don't mind, then I'm just going to stream the game, or I could record it and upload it, but after some editing, but yeah, okay, so, but Traveler is my favorite role-playing game of all time. Okay. Me without May. Okay, Traveler. Great video. Thanks for going over a brief timeline and the additions with their storylines. A Traveler lore series would be awesome. I'm going to say thanks for the idea. Well, that's a couple. Same person. Okay. Jamie Gill. Star Trek Online. Oh, wow. Wow. I'm still playing Star Trek Online, believe it or not. How do I walk around my whole ship? I'm stuck on the bridge. Go to the turbo lift. Apply. Yeah, you go to the turbo lift, it'll let you go to engineering or crew quarters or whatever. Okay, George Canning. Hello, Wargaming. I have been watching your videos as I'm getting into black powder rules. However, I would love it if you could make a video about the point system for black powder and designing black powder games. I'm finding the information hard to find. Oh. That is something I could really... Thank you. I will definitely work on that. Great idea. By the way, check out my new Waterloo project and channel updates. I talk about that kind of stuff. As you know, because you watched this video, you know I talk about that kind of stuff already. Okay, so good. So George, I think you're going to be able to see a video coming out real soon. I'm going to take that to heart. That seems like a really good idea to talk about point values and armies and how to build an army and stuff like that. Okay, will do. Did you dry brush the elephant skin at all? I don't know if I did. It's been such a long time since I've done that Macedonian War Elephant. Um, no, I don't know if I did, because when it's that big, just like my horses or my elephants or dragons or well, actually that dragon I dry brushed. But like anything big and mostly flesh like that, I tend to not dry brush. What I tend to do is highlight, or I will, which means I will paint deliberate raised areas, or I will. This is kind of something that I've been doing lately. Is I'll paint a base coat, and then I will wash, and then after the wash, because the wash will get down in all the cracks, and it'll automatically highlight the raised areas. So you pretty much could leave it at that and not have to. It's kind of what Citadel's doing with their the new paint line. What do they call them? They're not highlights. They're called. Oh shoot, I don't even remember. But Citadel's got a new paint line that is pretty much just washes. That's really all it is. It's super watered down, so when you paint it, it gets dark in the cracks and light in the raised areas. So that's what I do. I'll base coat with an actual color, and I will wash it to darken the recesses, and the raised areas will automatically be highlighted. But if I think they need a little bit more highlight, what I'll do is I will water down a paint a lot, maybe 50-50. I mean, it's almost all water. And then I will just touch on the raised areas. And then when that dries, I'll touch on the raised areas again. And that's how I blend. I think I did a blending video. You might check it out. If I didn't, maybe I need to do one. Okay. That was probably a long video, Carl. Sorry, long answer. Sorry. Okay. Lucian, beautiful painted bases. Beautiful painted and bases. Beautifully painted and bases. Okay. Well, thank you. Appreciate that. Okay, nice mortar team. Yep, those are the Perry guys right there. Lucian, nice painted, lovely music. Okay, that was the German infantry. Okay, those are all Perrys. Now we're up here 1 week. Okay, Dave says, good session. I do wish you'd take a little advice. Yeah. Stop with the advice. Okay. Okay, I'm going to address this. Just, it's nothing harsh or anything, hopefully. It comes to my attention that everyone is different, right? Embrace diversity. You have people that like to build bases. You have people that like to build aircraft. You have people that like to build armor. You have people that like to build guns. You have guys that like to research. You have guys that like to stock up on grenade launchers. You have guys that like the autocannon. You have guys that like... And then here we go. Here's the last one. You have guys that like to do everything perfect. Right? The way it's supposed to be. There's only one way to play, and this is the way to play it. No, I don't play that way. If you get on here, not you personally, not you specifically, just you in general. If you get on there and say, Mr. Everything, you need to build more bases. The first thing I will do is not build any bases. If you say, man, you need a second aircraft, I will only build one aircraft. If you say, man, you need to use vehicles more often, I'll say, nope, I ain't touching the vehicles. Because what you're doing is you're giving me the meta, and I'm going to define that. Most effective tactic available. I don't want to play the meta. In my role-playing games, I don't play the meta. I don't min-max. I don't munchkin the game. I don't figure out what the best way to play is and then play that way. That's not how I play. I like to experiment with things that might or might not be the most effective way to play. And if they work, that means I personally overcame adversity. But if I play the meta, in my mind, this is just me thinking, I won because I played the meta. So I don't play the meta. So it becomes a more challenging game. I don't know if that makes sense or if I'm just a crazy person, but that's exactly it. Okay, moving on. Nice mortar team, great basing, nice half squad. The frozen bush is great. Oh, yeah. Well, you know what? I look at the frozen bushes and I think they pass pretty good for like dead bushes in the desert. You know what I mean? That's why I used it. Okay, great looking miniatures. The Perry 8th Army guys. Okay. Love the basing. My only British North are the long range desert group. Guess I'll be branching into 8th Army now. Damn, more money. Sorry. Hey, Rick, sorry about that. Okay, how long is it? What? Okay. How long will it last me stock, not upgraded? Okay, the GG AEG, it's going to last you a couple of years at least. I'm going to say a couple years at least. GG is pretty good. I actually like GG. Okay, Alex says, that's incredibly incorrect and ignorant. What? Star Citizen. Convention Day 7 alien ships. Okay, let me try to remember why he would say this. That's incredibly incorrect and ignorant. Your option of console games. Oh, that must have been the day in the convention that I said that console gamers are all a bunch of weirdos. Console gamers are weak-minded and don't have the gumption to get out and get a real computer. That's probably what I said, because that's what I believe. Okay, and it says, I don't know if you misspoke about there being no thought behind them, but it was a really uninformed opinion, and I'm a PC gamer. I don't think it's uninformed. I stand by my position. And when you say I'm ignorant and uninformed, that's okay. That's your opinion, and I appreciate your opinion. You are probably a console gamer and a PC gamer, so you probably see the value in both, and that's cool. Okay, that's great. You have do you own a console? That's my question. And I see you say that you're a PC gamer. That's great. Do you have a console as well? And if you don't, then who's the one that's uninformed? And if you do, why do you play it? Why do you play your console when you say you're a PC gamer? I don't want to get into a philosophical conversation, because that's really all this is. But I believe, and I did not misspeak, I do believe that PC games, not the gamer, the PC games are way better than console games. And you say I'm ignorant and uninformed when, for the last 5 years, I worked in that industry. I worked. Okay. Let me explain what that industry was. I sold retail PC games and console games. I saw PC gamers and console gamers coming to me and telling me what they wanted, why they wanted it, and I was happy to sell them either a PC game or a console game. I would always try to convince them that PC gaming was better, because that's my philosophy and that's what I believe. But I understand why people play console games, and it's not for the same reason. I'm in a military town. You probably know the 101st is right around the corner. A soldier would come to me and he would say, I want the newest Xbox. And I would be like, okay, cool. But I didn't just grab an Xbox and take it to the register, ring them up. No, that's not my, first of all, that's not my job. My job is to find out why he wants an Xbox. And then, now here's the kind of the corporate thing was, they wanted me to find out why he wanted an Xbox, and then also try to sell him accessories. You know, because maybe he wants a flight sim. Well, do you want this joystick? You know, maybe he wants, force feedback controllers or something, So basically we tried to establish some kind of rapport with them, and I'm going to tell you, that was the easiest job in the world, because I am the nicest guy in the world. I'm also ex-military, so I could relate with these guys, and we're chit-chatting about, going to the field and being cold at night and, getting rained on, so we had a lot in common. And then I would say, why do you want an Xbox? And they would give me these brainless reasons. They would say, I want to, and I would be like, okay, let's sell you an Xbox game. Boom. Let's get you the Xbox because you're not a PC gamer. But if a guy came in, which is possible, and he said, man, I like Xbox. I'm using Xbox as an example. It could be any console. Man, I want to play an Xbox because I love the way the graphics looks. Man, it looks great on my TV. And I said, whoa, okay, hey, how about if I show you this computer game on this monitor that is 200 plus hertz. Look at the clarity on that sucker. It's a 1440, which is not 4K, but it's 1440. But guess what? It's 230 hertz. So, if you are a first-person shooter guy, you're going to want to use a mouse. Because guess what? You could just point and shoot. Where with a console, you got to use these joystick thumb pads and you'll never hit anything. Or in a console game, it auto aims for you. Never mind. Okay, I won't go in anymore. Let's continue on. Love the writers. What are we talking about? The Union Brigade. Oh yeah, the Scots Brigade, man, love them. SDDND Sid. Okay, that's a bot. Okay, what do we got here? May you really don't need half sniper rifle proficiency, but why you don't need BDM defender engineer 1 action per shot, which you actually researching proficiency with 10 hearing range. Okay. So this guy is asking, why do I, when I get to like 4th level in my characters and I get to choose a second class, I almost always choose sniper. Well, the reason why is because, let's say with an assault soldier, you have a rifle or a shotgun that does an incredibly amount of damage, but it takes 2 actions. But with the sniper ability, I can lower that by 1, meaning it's 1 action. The PDW does have 1 action, but its damage is like a pistol. And it doesn't hit anything. Its accuracy is like crap. So, is it a bad thing? No, I mean, it's really cool. You get 4 shots, burns through ammo like crazy, and it's not very powerful. Everything, and the engineer does have, or the technician, does have advantages. Don't get me wrong, he does have advantages. But when it comes to leveling, I'm going to pick sniper. And if I had an engineer or technician and he got to level, I'm going to give him assault. And the reason, so assault sniper is like my favorite combination, because assault lets him dash and sniper lets him reduce the action cost for shooting. And sniper lets you get a plus when you're shooting at long range. So now if I have a heavy, I'm going to give him sniper, because heavies, actually, I'm going to give him assault so he can move. Everybody I'm going to give assault, except assaults, I give sniper. It's just the way it is. Okay, what is this? Awesome vid. What is this? This is the Rust-Oleum primer video that I did like years ago. Very helpful. Now I know what to prime my Stormtrooper helmets with. There you go. Perfect. Okay, and we got, was that a new mission weapon? Okay. And then this guy, I reviewing my Thompson. I still have that Thompson. I don't know where it is, but I got it around here somewhere. I love my Thompson. Great Thompson, great review, mine soon. Okay. Spanish resin. Great work on these. Just wondering, was painting on Warlord resin easier than plastic, or is it the same? I'm not going to give a quick reply. I primed and just as easy. Claims no primer needed, but I like black. Okay. Okay, we're down to our last 2 questions. The Steam version has some improvements. Oh, because I did ask, what's the difference between the Steam to gameplay and a little cosmetic as well? Hey, Yogogami, the improvements have also been done on my current version. So it sounds like maybe you already have a copy of the game on Steam. It does look a lot better. It does look a lot better, and the new missions and graphics look better. It does look good. Okay. Assemble the blue Oh, the 1/60th scale Chinook. Nice, I have that too. Yeah, I bought this 1/60th Chinook because I was going to make an XCOM Xenonauts Phoenix Point style role-playing game, and I was going to use that Chinook as my transport for the troops to the different battlefields. And 1/60th is pretty close to 28 millimeter because 28 is 1/56 scale. I still have it, but if I do that role-playing game, it's going to be in Roll20. I've decided I'm not doing face-to-face RPGs anymore. I'm only going to do face-to-face miniature games. All right, guys. Well, that was it. Thank you for coming out and checking out this video. It looks like it's almost an hour and a half long. Look forward to my Napoleonic video. I'm probably going to be doing it maybe tonight. And then in the near future, I think I'm going to break out some of my army building books and help maybe do a tutorial on how to build a Napoleonic army or come up with a campaign game or a convention game or just a local battle or something like that. So, all right. Thank you, and I will catch you next month.